Hey guys, it's YOU WACK, and get this, right? What if we were to delete current Overwatch events? Just kidding, unless... Yo, real quickly though, is that meme still relevant? Like, can I still try to use that to get a Minecraft group? Anyway, today we're gonna be talking about current Overwatch events, because eventually we're gonna get disappointed. We're gonna get the Halloween event, we're gonna get the Christmas event, we're gonna get the Chinese New Year event, and if it's anything like the recent Summer Games event, there's gonna be a lack of added content in the 4th year of Overwatch events compared to the 2nd year. So people are gonna be crying and complaining, saying, oh, I can't wait to play this new event that won't have any new content that I haven't experienced already. And you see that a lot of the time in these release trailers for these events. So it's a legitimate question. What if we were to stop bringing these events? Well, an upside for deleting current Overwatch events is that all these original Overwatch players are now going to be able to have these skins that are no longer obtainable because they were specifically made for these events that are no longer coming. Since you're complaining about the events and them being the same every single year, what if we were just to not bring them? Just kidding. Unless, you see what I mean? And then you're gonna be like, okay, Burrier, okay. Let's not get hasty here. Let's not bring up any more stupid ideas on your end. Let's actually talk about this. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's actually talk about this. We really have 3 options when dealing with the 4th year of Overwatch events. The first of which is to delete them, which we already established is a stupid idea, probably won't happen, but at least has one upside at the end of the day. The second option is to actually be constructive and helpful when it comes to telling Blizzard what we want from the 4th year of Overwatch events, rather than just being a brat saying, well, I want more content. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it just being a repeat. It's just complaining at the end of the day that doesn't help anybody. Or the third option that we have, which I'm a bigger fan of, is to continue what they've been doing with the current Overwatch events, which isn't much, just adding a few cosmetic items, about 50, but to bring more Overwatch events, whether as big as the current Overwatch events or just mini tiny events celebrating holidays either in specific parts of the world or globally. Since we all know the first option isn't going to be happening because nobody wins in that scenario, let's move on to the second option, which is making the current Overwatch events better than what they already are. And this is where you guys have to go in the comments and really suggest what you think they could do to make it better. And that's where a few people can really struggle, and including Blizzard, because how do you already make a good event back in 2017 better than what it already is? People will often say, well, I want more skins. I want a Genji skin. I want a Diva skin, but they won't ever specify what kind of skin that can not only fit that theme, but will also be a good skin for that event. And when you really think about it, Blizzard is trying to do that. They're trying to bring you the skins that you care about or that you want. But then people will point at the game modes or even the maps and be like, well, that can use improvements, and you're right. And this is where we can come up with some ideas of trying to make Junkenstein's Revenge a little bit better, because as of late, it's pretty much the same formula as it was back in 2017, and even then they didn't really change too much because they just added an endless mode. Rather, if you were to move Junkenstein's Revenge and try to put it in a different map, maybe in a building of some sort, maybe try to make a Call of Duty Zombies-like style, that would change the whole entire pace of Junkenstein's Revenge, and it won't really feel like Junkenstein's Revenge because it's a totally different atmosphere, in a sense, making a different event game mode. Or if they want to do the bare minimum, taking an already made map and just decorating it with Halloween decorations like they did with Hollywood or Eichenwald. I don't know how hard it is to make a game mode, but I know it's a lot simpler to just make a map and decorating it. It's not easy still, but that's just what you really have to consider when it comes to making an Overwatch event better, is how long it'll take, if it's even worth it, and if it'll work. Because if you remember back in 2017 with the winter event, they brought Maze Yeti Hunt. They brought a new game mode. I'm pretty sure they were experimenting with bringing different kinds of game modes, and I'm sure after the reception that they had with Maze Yeti Hunt, they weren't about to make any more game modes that could possibly flop like Maze Yeti Hunt. The thing that I think Blizzard is saying to themselves is that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why try to change Junkenstein's Revenge or the archive game modes, or heck, even FFA for the anniversary event, if people already like how it is? And there's some truth to be told when it comes to that, and I think is the reason why they're not trying to do too much or try to change too much. So this is where the third option comes into play, where they continue to do what they're doing with the Overwatch events, but they bring a little bit more events on the side. Do you know how dope it would be to have a Valentine's Day event or an Earth Day event with possibly a charity skin celebration where people can buy a specific skin to donate money to plant trees or whatnot, or maybe even having a 4th of July event, a mini one because most of the world don't celebrate 4th of July. The point that I'm trying to get at is that we have the same 5 holidays that we celebrate in the form of Overwatch events, which is the Olympics, which isn't really a holiday, but Halloween, Christmas, the Chinese New Year event, and the anniversary and the birthday event. The archive event is not a holiday, it's a self-made like story, whatnot. But again, the point that I'm trying to get at is that there are tons of other holidays and tons of other celebrations throughout the world that you can easily make an Overwatch event inspired by. I'm thoroughly surprised that Blizzard hasn't made our new event inspired by a real world holiday, especially now since people have been complaining about the recent events being the same every single year. Let's say if they were to bring a Valentine's Day event that opens the door for new skins that have never been seen before, where people have nothing to complain about because they're new skins that you couldn't have gotten before. This satisfies the OG players and this satisfies the new players. You can have stuff like a Cupid Hanzo skin or maybe a Bunny Diva skin or whatever. Now we might not get full-blown events like in the form of a Valentine's Day game mode because that's not really relevant, but it's a mini event that we can look forward to because it's something new. It's something we really haven't experienced. And even in the second go around, we can look forward to that because more than likely some or most players haven't been able to experience that Valentine's Day event. But whether you think these ideas are good or not, and you're still going to continue to be a brat saying, oh, Blizzard should do a better job at making the Overwatch events better, realize this. Every single piece of Overwatch DLC content has been free, with the exception of the Pink Mercy skin, but that went to charity, so there's a reason why they charge $15 for that skin. If you haven't paid for a single loot box, you have absolutely no reason to be complaining about this free DLC. Whether it's the events, whether it's the maps, or whether it's the freaking heroes, you just had to pay for the base game, and you haven't had to pay for any of this free DLC. And in this day and age, where everything has a price tag, you should be grateful for what Overwatch and Blizzard has been doing, especially in the 4th year, because they're still adding onto the Overwatch events. I've already talked about this. I've already complained about it and called you guys brats. You're not brats anymore, hopefully, but that doesn't mean Blizzard gets off the hook so easily. Even though I appreciate them and their efforts, there still is some room to improve. So hopefully in the Halloween event, they can improve on the Junkenstein's game mode, or possibly they can just continue on what they're doing, but bring new events. Again, I would love a Valentine's Day event because I'm gonna be single and lonely this year, so Overwatch, please help a brother out. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.